Tane answers more questions from the police. Eden hosts a peacemaking barbecue. Cash starts his own investigations. And Holden is served with an AVO. At last.
About last night.
So when did you and Levi become best buddies?
We're not.
But you decided to tell him about your tumour before me.
He was the doctor who found it. Can you not say anything in front of John? I do not want him knowing about this.
All right, great. There is one other person in the dark at least.
When I found out, you were having a tough time with your injuries, and you still are.
So I'm just an invalid who doesn't deserve to know what's going on. Why? Because you think I can't handle it?
Don't twist my words.
So then why didn't you tell me?
Oh, Eden should have kept her mouth shut.
I'm glad she didn't keep her mouth shut because now I know where I stand. Get it? Ah, great. Just in time to see the incapable, the incomparable wheelchair freak show.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Welcome to the unprofessional, incomparable freak show.
Freak show podcast.
Yeah.
That's how we should open every week, just so that it's like a service announcement. Like the beginning of the episode where they go, there's going to be scenes of this in the show.
Oh yeah, sexual.
Yeah, graphic violence.
Yeah, innuendo.
We could just be like, we're going to be terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we do that for First Look anyway.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like it's definitely got like a warning on the tin on it.
Definitely.
So.
Anybody that makes it through the whole 20 minutes, oh my God, there must be something
especially
wrong
last week. Debated on re-recording that, weren't we?
I know. If we had more time, I think we would have as well. Oh dear.
How are you? Are you okay?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. We've made it to the long old weekend.
Yes, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Easter break, woohoo! Spring break, woohoo!
Yes. Not again.
I've been doing it at work because we've had to put on the website and stuff at work. We've had to put a message saying we're shut, and we're not allowed to say Easter because it's not like PC or whatever. No. So we've had to call it spring break, and every time we have a meeting at work that says has the spring break message gone live, I'm like, spring break, woohoo! I can't help myself. Everyone's like looking at me like, you're such an idiot, and I'm like, I know, but I'm not going to stop. I can't help it.
You be you. You do you.
I can't stop it. It's a compulsion. It's like an itch. I can't stop it. Oh,
well, last week when you did it, we were giving me bitches and hoes and all sorts.
What?
Do you not remember? Maybe I cut it out the episode.
I don't remember that. What? I'm so lost. I can't remember that at all. When was this?
It was last week.
Oh God, was it First Look? I was gone by then.
Yeah, might have been. Yeah, spring break whoop.
I can't be held responsible for what happens in First Look. I'm sorry.
I don't think either of us can.
You should just hang up on me. That's the only way to get out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But we're bad as each other. We lead each other astray.
Yes.
Simple as that. I'm glad to hear you well. Looking forward to spring break.
Yes.
I'm choking. My best. Oh gosh.
Don't say it.
Any plans?
No, I haven't got any plans. I don't think I can be bothered to make any. I'm so
honestly.
tired. It's been a long time since Christmas. I've not really had any time off work since then. So I'm like, I've had like the odd day,
Down tools down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you?
Yes, don't blame you. No, I'm the same. and much needed, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
How's Home and Away been this week for you then?
I've enjoyed it this week. It's been good.
Mm.
Like, I've really
Mhm.
enjoyed the kind of, I guess, escalation of the stalker storyline. I do enjoy a stalker. That's really weird. It's a really weird thing to enjoy, but stalker storylines are pretty good, like, drama, aren't they, to watch?
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
And we know what we're doing with this. There's
yeah.
a couple of comments in the week. Leah kicked into action. Drawing on experience this week,
Yeah.
didn't she?
She's been
So
stalked
she
many
knows what to
times.
do. She knows the protocol.
Yes.
Does Leah? Yeah.
She got like
I.
stalked into a wedding, didn't she, at one point?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
she's not a
she
bad
did.
person to go to. I don't think Lacey knows any of that, but she picked a good person to go to.
Yeah, inadvertently, she got good
Yes.
advice. She did. She did. Yeah, I agree. I think there's actually not a lot covered this week. We've been talking in recent weeks about how many, we've been counting the spinning plates, haven't we? But this week there's not actually many different things happening, but we had stuff at pace, which was good.
Yeah.
Kept us interested. So yeah, pretty good. I actually, one of the big stories this week was about Eden telling
Oh yeah.
Sonny about the tumour and that all coming out, and it's something that I've been sort of anticipating with caution, shall we say. And I put a poll on the Twitter that night about sort of did we think that was the right thing for her to do? That sort of moral, thing. Yeah, but 80% of respondents said she was right to tell him. I thought that was fascinating.
What was your vote if you would have voted yes or no?
My vote would have been, there was a third one, which was, let me get it up. I think it was like On the Fence Styles. And I think that's the one I went, I don't know what I would have done, basically.
No. It's a difficult one,
what
isn't
about
it?
you?
Yeah, I don't know, because is it her news to tell? No. It's really not, but she is the one that benefits from that coming out, because she's the one that's keeping the secret. She's the one that's having to be there for both of them. So from a selfish point of view, I'm like, if she's sick of being pig in the middle, which she was really, then like, to get herself out of it, then tell them, and it's all out on the table. Then she hasn't got to lie. She hasn't got to keep secrets. She can be there for both of them, and without having to explain to the other one why she's not there for that one. So from a selfish point of view, yes, but from a moral point of view, is not really her news. I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, same. I feel the exact same sort of tone around that one. In fact, I'm looking at it now, 88% it was.
Ooh, high. And that's
really
like
high.
Definite, like not on the fence.
Yeah.
I think
People
I don't
are
know. I
obviously
can decide. Yeah.
Pretty sort of black and white people's reaction to that, which I didn't anticipate, I'll be honest. So interesting indeed.
It does benefit Eden, which is probably why I'm a bit like, I'm not sure, because it's not really her news, but it does make her life easier now that it's out.
Well, it does, and we'll get on to that blooming barbecue, I'm sure. But I mean, she's got a lot of time on her hands because she didn't get that job. So there we go.
That was weird. Can we just talk about that for a second? Because it's like, I was quite looking forward to her getting that volunteering job, and it feels like we've scrapped it so that she can then be available for Sunny and Remy. So why even put it on the table in the first place?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, that, to me.
Yeah. It felt like it was really going in that direction, and then it was sort of, rug was pulled, didn't it?
Yeah. And was it always going to have the rug pulled, and it was just like, oh, she can't get on with her life and do something because she's got two friends that need her, and that was like an explanation. But, or was it the way around? Like, they were genuinely going to give her something to do, and then it was like, oh, actually, we need her for the storyline about these two, so we can't do that anymore. It's a bit weird. I found the whole thing a bit odd.
Yeah. And I don't blame you, because it is.
It is odd.
So, yeah.
I would like to see it.
Who knows? I would have liked to have seen it. I agree.
Or something else. It doesn't have to be that, but something where she's got something that she's passionate about. She's clearly not passionate about being a waitress. So,
and putting her in that caring position is new territory.
Yes.
She was doing it at the hospital, wasn't she? You know, she's now doing it at home. Like, are we leading on to something like that? You know,
We
like
do
in the
need
care
more
profession.
nurses.
We always need a nurse, don't we? Mhm.
There we go.
I vote a male nurse, but that might be too forward.
That would be good though. Yeah, we have not seen
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Mhm. Right, should we talk about this week's Home and Away?
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of Remy, he's starting to feel the side effects of his treatment this week, isn't he? And he's struggling to keep a lid on that, as you know, people around him are sort of in and out, aren't they? Now, Sonny, speaking of people in and out, is coming out of rehab for the day. Absolutely no prior visits from anyone official to make sure that the place is suitable. One phone call from Eden and he's got a day pass. It's like he's in prison. So he's coming thanks to Eden and her phone calls. Remy is not happy because, of course, he's been keeping this from Sonny, hasn't he, throughout this time. He's crook as Rookwood Dal, and he's trying to keep a lid on it all. All very awkward, isn't it? And when Sonny gets there, his mood has not improved in the slightest. We'll just turn a blind eye to how he got into the house because we know there's steps everywhere. But he is snapping at everybody. Remy's snapping back. Just a massive row erupts, doesn't it? It is not a good place to be. Sonny doesn't understand why Remy is responding the way he is. Remy doesn't understand why Sonny's, being out the way he is, and it just becomes a massive mess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really. In the end, it is Eden, through this mess, through this storming into other rooms and all the rest of it, it is Eden who ends up telling Sonny. Now, we've already sort of alluded to our opinions on that and whether we thought it was right or wrong. But what this does in that moment is sort of makes some heads get banged together, don't they? And Eden decides she's going to do this barbecue. It's all going to be great. And, of course, smooth sailing, but it does actually, she physically makes them stand in the garden and have a conversation, and it's a really nice scene in the end, I thought. I don't know about you.
Yeah. When they eventually started laughing at how ridiculous they were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite liked I think they played it really well.
Yes. Yeah.
I really, really do. But yeah, you're right. I think we needed to laugh it off after all the drama.
We did, because they were so like dramatic. The pair of them, like one minute they're yelling at each other, next minute Remy's leaving, and then Sonny's shouting, "Yeah, leave, go on, out you go, off you go." So there was a lot of like high melodrama between them, wasn't there, for a while? And I was kind of getting to the point where I was like, I don't think I can take much more of this because like they're just not talking to each other. Even after Eden spilled the beans and said, "This is why Remy's in a bad mood. It's nothing to do with you. It's actually his health." Even after that, we had a row again. Instead of Sonny going, "Oh, mate, I've just heard the news and she told me and don't be mad at her because I need to know and are you okay?" And like, he didn't do a checking in thing. He did a, "Oh, you didn't tell me because I'm so useless." And they ended up rowing again. And I was like, oh, man. So it just, we needed a scene where they got their heads banged together. But yeah, painful to get there.
It was. And I'm glad it's happened.
Yes.
Like at this junction now, I think it was right that we're not carrying on with this. And, and I think it's right that we do sort of at this moment, it's out in the open now. Where do we go from here sort of thing? I think I was ready for them to have that chat. And get on with it. It's interesting because Sonny hasn't had many questions about it, has he?
No.
Like so he's not really asking enough questions, in my opinion. And I think he is he's still in a place with himself where he's really angry. About how he's ended up in his position, and I think that is clouding the usual Sonny, because we've said it loads of times, he's all about everybody else.
Yes,
Sonny, like he's literally there for the entire bay normally, you know. But I think this, and I think this is quite stark. The guy we're getting now, and although like I'm not going to criticize him for it because he's going through something insanely life changing, and I think he's got a right to feel the way he's feeling. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'd be any different. I think I'd be annoyed at the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's being a bit of a prat, but I feel like if ever you're going to be a prat to people, it's when you've just found out you're never going to walk again.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like that saying, I don't really like it, the saying, but it's that whole you can't pour from an empty cup thing, isn't it? So he can't be there for everybody else's drama and everybody else's like problems when he's got his own going on because he's just depleted. Like he hasn't got the energy to look after everyone else right now because he's thinking about himself. I do think this house visit, whatever it was a bit premature. I think it was a good idea. I just think it was too soon because, like you say, we've had to gloss over so much detail here because we had Warren come to the bay to talk to Dana recently because he was like, eventually when Sonny comes home, eventually I need to make sure that your house is appropriate for him to come home. And that was like way off, and he was already thinking about it. He's not come to check Eden's house as far as we know. He's not. They've not really left the hospital with any care. Like they've not taught John and Justin and everyone else how to lift somebody properly, which you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go through like proper manual handling type training to like learn how
to swinging him in and out of John's car, aren't they?
And it's not just like to make sure that they're not damaging him. You know what I mean? Because he's got a spinal injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they need to be careful with him because he's healing. And, you know, he's got a chance of being able to walk again if he heals. But if they do something to bugger that up, then he's not going to get any better. And he is going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Not just that, but if John lifts him wrongly, John will end up in a wheelchair.
I know.
I was just like, this all feels a bit too quick. And then there was a couple of scenes when Cash was there, and it was Cash, Eden, and Sonny in the house, and then Cash was like, I need to pop out. Are you going to be okay on your own? And I thought, is she going to lift him onto the toilet if he needs to go to the toilet? I don't think she is. So it was like, it just all felt a bit rushed to me. This whole, he needs to come out now, he needs to come and visit us now. And all it was to get the whole Remy situation out on the table. And I get that. Yeah. It was a vehicle for that, but it just meant having to gloss over so much that was a bit rushed for me.
No, I agree. And actually, I would argue that to get we could have got the Remy stuff out at the at a visit with Remy. Yeah. So anyway, we are where we are, aren't we? But I completely concur with everything you're saying. Like rushed to buggery, and you've got to be used to some of that. In a soap, right? Things are sort of rushed along, aren't they? You've got to suspend a bit, but
but
there's a lot of things.
Even once they got him home, like it was rushed. It was like, right, he's home. Let's do something. Let's get the beers on. Let's have a barbecue. Let's invite loads of people around. While there's all this tension in the air that we're not addressing, and then why don't we do that? Why don't we address all that attention while all the guests are here for the barbecue? That's a really great time to air your dirty laundry. I was like, why? We didn't need to have all these people witnessing them having a meltdown. This is so weird. Yeah, I'm glad it's all out in the open. I didn't really love the way that we got there, if I'm being really nitpicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fair. It's absolutely fair. See where we go from here, Soph. Like, everyone's aware now. Everyone who needs to know anyway. Let's see what happens. I want to see what Dana's learned in her course as well when she gets back.
Yes.
See if she knows how to handle him. So, yeah. Right, elsewhere in the bay, Tane. My phone's auto-corrected him to Tane Patatas.
Your Spanish phone kills me.
Oh gosh, I'm me.
Is he Tane Patatas Bravas? To give him his full name.
Can be arranged spicy. So
he's
his
very
phone
brave, isn't he? What's his Latin name? Sorry, it's tickled me. Oh dear. Oh,
Well, I
dear.
don't know about him being brave, but his phone bill's the talk of the town, isn't it, this week? There's
dear.
a number that's coming up when the police have run his records, and Sarge summons him down to YCPD to answer questions about it, and they've got text messages of him asking for more supplies. It sounds bad, doesn't it, Soph?
I'm running low.
It doesn't sound good. Get
Send
some
me
more gear, lol. XOXO.
It does sound bad. I'll be honest, it does sound bad.
I think I'd be more concerned about the text to Joe
I'd be reading them.
that he could have
defo.
pulled as his father.
Yes.
What is it? What's for two? Yeah. So it doesn't look good, does
No.
it? He's asking for more supplies. He's running low and all this business. But fear not, it's protein powder and health bars.
Of course
Sophie.
it is. Of course it is. What else would it be?
It's not kangaroo Coke, right? Whatever it would. I can't believe you'd even think that of him.
No.
Just can't believe it. He's like, it's not what it seems. Sarge thinks he's got him banged to rights, doesn't he? But the number's been disconnected when they've tried to do it. So he says it matches the invoice. He's at the gym. Go and have a look if you don't believe me. It all checks out. And I'm like, right, okay. And I was saying to you, wasn't I? I was a bit nervous at this point because not a week, maybe 2 weeks back, he came into the gym, didn't he, after finishing a class, and my man Kerry was in the office on her own, and that would have been an opportunity for her to swap any invoices out that could have had this number on.
Yeah. Or plant more drugs, or God knows what she could do anything, couldn't she?
Yeah, and also that would indicate to us, okay, there was more planning involved in bringing him down than just her being pissed off and not being able to see Archie and then skipping town and going, before I go, just let me drop this bag in.
Yes.
Which is what it was presented as at the time. So I was a bit like, that would tell me a lot if we got that information. If she was planning it back at that stage, we knew it was part of a wider plot. But we've not been told, have we? Other than the number does check out. There was like a sort of blink and miss it line, but I thought, we've missed a trick here. Come making this a bit more complex.
Yeah, I think that would have been good, like, to have things lined up, because I do feel like, I know we talked about it last week or the week before, I can't remember when. It does feel like this kind of planting the drugs and setting Tane up was really rushed. It felt like it was an afterthought because she'd already been told to rack off. And then they were like, we need her to know where he lives. So although she's been told to rack off and she's agreed to rack off, we need to get her at his house.
Yeah.
And that was all a bit rushed. And it was like, we could have done that before. Like, before she got told to rack off, she could have gone to his house. It was all a bit last minute. It's kind of like they went, oh crap, we need the audience to know that she knows where he lives, so let's take her there now. Whereas if they'd done something like you say, like planting evidence in the gym when she was there, it would show like she had a long-term goal, or that it was like sequential. It just doesn't feel sequential. It just feels like, we forgot to put this in, so put it in now. And it's like, it doesn't make sense here though. Yeah,
that would have explained a few bits earlier on and could have tied it up in a nice little bow, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe there's more coming, but I've no faith. I'm going to be honest.
Yes, me neither. Sorry to be negative, but I don't think we're going to get anything that's joined up. I think it's so disjointed now that we just have to roll with it. Yeah.
And speaking of disjointed, like Sarge, I'm struggling with this geezer. You know I do anyway. But right, he's hell-bent on proving Tane guilty, and he's masquerading this as evidence-based. No opinions, doing his job. But like, he still could say to his daughter, who is dating the accused, he still could say to her, I'll do everything I can to prove him right. If he's innocent, I'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like because he's got a very one-upper attitude when he feels like he's got something on Tane, like the phone bill or whatever.
Yeah.
like he's behaving like it's a victory, and I'm
Yes.
feeling like he's not on the side of his daughter at all.
No.
To the point where she's basically moved in with him. She's
Mm.
moved in with Tane basically at this stage, hasn't she? When Sarge he gets that served, doesn't he? From Harper, which was delicious, I must say. When she says, because he kicks Cass off the case, doesn't he? And he says, and she's like, well, I'm not being funny, but if Cash is too close to it, what are you? And your daughter's sleeping with him. I thought, go on, girl. I'm gonna have to get behind Harper, because who else am I gonna get behind? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. I think I don't know. I think if I was Sarge, and if I genuinely thought that this guy was dangerous or whatever, a drug dealer, and he's hanging around my daughter, and my daughter thinks he's innocent, I would actually go out of my way to prove that he's so guilty beyond any reasonable doubt, because then I can say to her, look, I've investigated and I found 10 things that you can't possibly tell me he's innocent for. You know what I mean? I'd want it to be so nailed on that he was guilty that I would be like looking at everything to the nth degree, whereas he just feels like he's just going, oh, I'm just not going to look into it because then like I won't find anything else that contradicts what I think. And I'm like, that's not what I would do. I'd go the other way, and I'd lean into it so much to try and prove there was something there. And then if you can't find anything, that's when you realise actually I'm wrong, and you have to go, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I let my judgment get in the way.
Yeah. Mm.
But I wouldn't just be lying around going, yeah, it's fine, I think he's guilty, so he's going to go down. I think I'd have to find the evidence.
Yeah.
I'd have to be more proactive to find it. And he's not going to find it because he's innocent, but by being more proactive, you would find that out for yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the only person who's actually been proactive, to coin your phrase, is Cash.
Yes.
Let's face it. He's kicked Cash off the case because he's undermined him, right? And it's annoyed his ego. Cash is the only person who's actually out there, it feels like, or that we've seen, who's actually trying to find it. At the end of the day, she is a lead of an investigation. She is one of the possible outcomes to the investigation. They have a duty to investigate that, because that's who Tane is saying is the real culprit. He's got a duty to everybody, not least Tane, to investigate that lead. And he can discount it then, right? But the only person doing that is Cash.
Yes.
And then when Cash is saying he's taking leave and he's going, and he's going to go and do it himself or whatever, he takes umbrage to it. Why aren't you doing it, mate? Oh God, I can't stand him. So
I know. I agree. I do agree with you. I do think he's doing a really piss poor job of actually investigating this, because if he really wanted Tane to be guilty, and if he really, really thought he was guilty, just fingerprint the bag, and then you've got his prints.
Oh God.
Hello, that's like the most obvious thing. And if his prints aren't on it, then you've got to find some other evidence that that's his drugs, because he's told him, this woman's been in my house and she's got a vendetta against me, and she told me, to my face in the surf club when she called your daughter a trollop to her face. Like I'd make it personal I'd be like, if I was Tane, I'd be like, well, she called your daughter a trollop and said that I'd regret this, and she told Harper something like, you'll be sorry. Last conversation, you'll be sorry by trusting this man or something.
She threatened everybody. Exactly.
She did.
She's got motive because she was frozen out of her grandchild's life.
Yes.
It's blatant at this point, right?
It is, yeah.
And it's like everything that's sort of framed Tane is circumstantial, and I just don't see it getting through a court. I really don't.
No, I don't.
Right?
And yet we keep hearing, like Joe keeps saying, my dad's a good cop. If you're innocent, he'll prove it. And I was like, what evidence do we have that he's a good cop right now? He's not doing his job.
No. It's appalling, isn't it? It is appalling. And he's doing this bravado thing around the station, throwing his weight around, and it's like, but I'm not seeing much action, and you're actually putting your efforts into the wrong thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it sort of helps us as the audience get behind why everybody's galvanising, or is supposed to. I know that's a hard sell for you and I, right? And I'm aware of that. But that's supposed to be what's going on here, isn't it? That's supposed to be us as the audience being on side with the rest of the town, going, he's got it wrong. He's framing an innocent man. You need to do something. You know, we're supposed to be in that group, aren't we, with those characters like Mark and Harper. But it is a hard sell. I do admit.
It is. I just think it's a really weird take. I think if I was the copper, I'd be trying to find more evidence to pin on him, find more evidence that he's guilty, so that there's no way they can refute it in court.
Yeah, you'd be getting your evidence together, wouldn't you? Your watertight case. You know,
because at this rate, he's going to get laughed at. Did you fingerprint the bag? No. Why not? Can you prove that he's touched the drugs? Can you prove that he put them there? No, you can't. All you can prove is that they're in his house, and he's told you that all these other people have been in his house recently. How can you say that no one else planted it? You can't. Where's the chain of evidence? I don't. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
No, it really, really doesn't. So, and of course, Cash has stumped up this bail money, which I guarantee he's going to get back, because this is just ridiculous. There's so many holes in this case.
Yeah.
And so Tane's now at home on tag, because apparently he's a flight risk.
He wasn't allowed to leave the state anyway. Do you remember?
Yeah. Like, where's he going to go?
He was already on a suspended sentence for the baby kidnapping, and he had to tell them if he left the state or whatever, didn't he? So
yeah, he couldn't go far anyway.
No.
But now it seems he can't go to work even, because this thing's bleeping.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, I found this hilarious. I text you, I was like, have you watched today's ep yet? Tane's bleeping all about town.
I didn't know what you meant when you sent me that. I was like, oh God, what is he? It sounds like, to me, it sounded like he was swearing all the way around town. I was like, what do you mean he's bleeping all the way around town? I thought he was effing and jeffing for like 25 minutes or something. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, I get it now.
I'd have been sat there, me, with my tag on, going, is someone's phone going off?
The minute that thing started to beep, I'd have been down the cop shop.
I would.
There's no way.
Like, I've done nothing wrong and I've charged it.
Yeah. You give me a faulty tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course they have, because they're trying to set him up.
Exactly.
It's all a conspiracy, isn't it?
Dodgy tag. Yeah.
Eventually, I mean, it took them. I mean, talk about bad policing. It takes them half the day.
I know.
To respond to this bleeping.
And it's not like they don't know where he is, you know?
I know. He's been home. He's been home and charged it again.
He's on tag. They literally know.
They know exactly where he is.
GPS.
Yeah. So they finally decide to do something about it, because they're so busy policing. They say to him, they hurl him in again, don't they? And say, your tag's going off. We need to have a look. You could have tampered with it. Thinking, blinking egg. So, what do you think this is about? Why nothing is inconsequential in Home and Away? Like, why this? Is it just to get him back at the cop shop?
I honestly don't know why they've done this, but there's got to be a reason why. Either it's meant his house is unoccupied for a minute, and what does that mean? Does that mean Kerry's coming back to do something else, or he's at the station for a reason, because maybe she walks in? I don't know. Maybe Cash has
Harper
found
can't
her.
get hold of her, can?
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a reason why he's been dragged down to the station, but I can't think what it is.
And they're blaming him for tampering with this blooming thing, unless this is like the only thing they can add to his case.
Yeah, that you made yourself look guilty by trying to take your tag off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's reaching, isn't it?
It is a bit, which is why I was like, we've literally spent a lot of airtime on this bleeping tag. So I was like, what is this? What is going on here?
Don't know. Honestly. But then are we going to get invested in it, and then it's going to turn out to be a nothing, tangent again?
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know.
Most likely.
Oh dear.
God save Ireland, as they say. Hmm. Right, Holden. He's been messaging Lacey again, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Let's make this work. Let's do this. I'm really, really sorry. Uh,
Just imagine him saying that.
And Lacey drafts a nice message back, doesn't she? Saying, look, it's not for me, blah, blah, blah. And she shows it to Abs, who says this is too polite. She rewrites it, but much firmly sends it. But good news for Si is in the bush. He's watching, so he's seen that it wasn't Lacey's words. And this builds up this rhetoric in Holden's mind that all her friends and loved ones are coming between them. It's them that are in the way. And that becomes important as the sort of next few scenes play out with this. So I love a first-person camera in the bush. Thank you very much. I'm underway. Now, later that night, when Lacey gets home, it's dark, it's late. It becomes a screen film.
Yes.
He's in the house, isn't he? Or he's watching the house, and he's been in the house, and you're like, oh, this has gone real uneasy. I love the incidental music on Home and Away. Definitely a bit of refresh of that as well. I can tell this week. Scary music every time he's on screen. This has sort of stepped up a notch, hasn't it? Just what we ordered, Sophie, just what we ordered. And he texts her letting him know just exactly that he's watching her, that he's been there, he knows where she is. Next morning, Lacey goes to Leah and tells her all about it. Of course, very experienced, she gives some good advice. Creepy Holden then books a table for two at Salt, doesn't he? For the pair of them. And what I found interesting at this point, now Lacey's come to this realisation, finally, might I add, right? She started this rhetoric when she's talking through with Leah. She starts doing the blaming herself thing, doesn't she? And I imagine this is very typical of someone in her situation. Maybe I've given the wrong signals. Maybe I've led him on. Maybe I've not asked him enough questions about his grief. Maybe I. And I'm thinking, maybe this guy's a prat.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why have you got to blame yourself? You were quite clear with him, girl, that you didn't want anything out of it. Do you know what I mean? Thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's quite normal. I think it's quite normal to question yourself because you don't expect people to act like Holden, and when they do, you're like, well, this is so unusual. I must have done something, I must have encouraged it, or I must have said something wrong, because you don't expect someone to just be that crazy all by themselves without any encouragement, do you?
Yeah. No.
His behavior is so not what you expect someone to behave like, that you almost need to find a reason why he's doing it, even if there's no reason, and the reason is he's just a bit mad and he's just a bit unhinged and obsessed. And it's hard to sort of believe that in a way, because it's so not what you expect people to be like, and you expect to take people on face value, and you expect to be able to not trust people because you don't know them, but like at least trust them not to be a complete creep. You don't walk around expecting everyone to be a creep. So I think when it does happen, you're kind of you're trying to find a reason, like,
yeah, you try and sort of rationalize it.
Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, it is just the case that he's took it the wrong way. He's got obsessed. It's nothing to do with her. It's all in his head. He needs help. I think that's the only logical conclusion you can come to, really.
Yeah. I want to talk about this him needing help thing as well, because I didn't want to sort of play devil's advocate or anything, but I was going to bring this up because although I'm not going to make excuses for the way he's made Lacey feel, okay, just want to sort of start with that. However, there is a sort of rhetoric building of weirdo, of unhinged. I mean, Levi used the word scumbag.
Yeah.
when actually what I'm seeing is someone who really needs some help,
Yeah.
you know,
And then
and doesn't know boundaries.
No, and I think he needs some help in terms of he needs psychological assessment, you know.
Yeah,
And if
professional.
it's something like post-traumatic stress, or if it's like some kind of, I don't know, attachment thing,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's something that's
More
treatable.
deep-rooted. Yeah.
And it's something that's treatable and needs cognitive therapy and all that, stuff. But then if it's not that, if he has got like something diagnosable, if he's got like borderline personality disorder, or he's got like something dangerous, like some psychopathic trait or something, then that's
Yeah.
when he needs like criminal professional help, like
Yeah, yeah. Whatever it is,
yeah.
like I think in order to get resolve in this storyline,
Yeah.
one, Lacey should be safe, but two, I feel like I also need to see him sort of rehabilitated, you know,
I mean,
in whatever way.
it depends what he gets arrested for eventually, doesn't it? Because I think we are heading that way, that he's gonna end up getting
When
arrested.
he's actually laid a finger on it now, hasn't he? You know, he pulled it, didn't he?
He did actually. Yeah, you're right.
Mm,
I don't think that's enough though. I think he needs to get to the point where it's going to be a court hearing. He's going to have to go to court, and then his solicitor it's going to have to be something serious. His solicitor's then going to have to step in and say, to reduce your sentence, you're going to have to plead guilty because you've done it, and perhaps we can do a psych evaluation of you, because if we can say that it's because you've got PTSD, or because you've got, I don't know what he's got, you know what I mean, it's hard to tell.
yeah.
But if it's something, if he's got a psychological problem, a criminal psychological problem, then it's the combination of being like custodial sentence, but probably in a psych hospital, like Heather. When Heather kidnapped like Marilyn and everybody out, poisoned them and pushed her off the roof.
Crestview.
She didn't go to prison. She went to like a psychiatric facility, which is like essentially like being in prison because you're not allowed to leave and everything, but you're getting help for your mental issue, whatever that is. I think that's probably something that they need to, but it needs to escalate, unfortunately, because unless he goes private, I don't think he's going to get that kind of help.
No.
Off the back of what he's done so far, I'm saying.
We don't know what's coming to it.
It needs like a court-ordered kind of, you need to go and get assessed, that kind of level of...
Yeah. And then, like, what wider support does he have in his personal life? There's a reason he's ended up like this, right? Like you say.
Yeah.
Is there that support network to identify this behaviour in him? Doesn't seem like it, does it?
He's not mentioned his family, has he?
No, I don't think it's I don't think it's for this plot, is it? I don't think. I think that's why.
But he doesn't seem to have a job, and he doesn't seem to have anybody calling him and saying, "No, you're still away." He's out. We're supposed to believe that he lives miles away.
Yeah.
And he's out of the house all day, all night.
He's got all this money for all these roses and meals.
And yet nobody's looking for him. There's no boss calling him. There's no mum and dad calling him. Like, he's still a young fella, isn't he? Let's face it. He's not like... He could potentially still live with mum and dad. State of the economy as it is.
Well, that's true. That's only going to get worse, isn't it? Now, as these, maybe he's stuck in the bay because the fuel's run out. He can't get out.
Could be. Weird things
foreshadowed. These writers, they're ahead of the game. It does escalate. He's back and through, isn't he? Turning up at work. Marley's not happy about it. Leah's not happy about it. Mac's not happy about it. As I say, he's been in and out of her house. He's got a nerve. I mean, it's the sergeant's house. We're just gonna... My dad always locks the doors. Who cares? Why are you asking that? Okay, we're not going to question why you got in then. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we're just going to plow on with this argument. And there is... she comes home. Leah thinks she's warned him off, doesn't she? She's had some stern words with him, told him to rack off. And then when Lacey gets home, Leah drops her off but doesn't check the house is clear, given that he was already in there. But he's in there, isn't he, waiting for her? And I think this is the moment where the penny drops just about how ill old Holden could be. And, and he's not quite there when it comes to sort of rational thinking, and his cognition even me saying that's not fair to him, right? Because this could be an illness, right? And he's saying that he loves her, that they're meant to be. The train crash brought them together, and this is sort of Lacey's realization moment, isn't it? That I'm dealing with this, delicate situation, and I want to praise her for how she handled it, because I think she demonstrated why this could have been so much different if it was anybody else.
Yes.
And I think she demonstrated some streetwise type mentality here, because immediately she was able to switch on the pretense, like without giving the game away. She was able to say to him, "Oh God, I didn't know. Like, let's go." And she immediately gets him back into the public, like not at home on her own with him, where there's weapons, there's lampshades, there's knives. Do you know what I mean? Like, she says to him, "I'll get you back into a public place." She knows exactly how to play the situation, and I don't think any other character could have pulled that off.
Yes.
And she only confronts him and tells him no when she's back in a public open space where there are other people around. And I think a lot of other people would have just confronted him at home on their own, and it could have gone another way.
Yes. Yeah, and that's dangerous when she's got nobody. And he's not a small guy compared to her, is he? Let's face it.
No. I do like how she handled herself there. And again, it's a demonstration of sort of Lacey's had to fend for herself, because she's been estranged from her family. She's been in with the River Boys. Like, this is a girl who can hold her own. And I thought that was a good demonstration of that, and quite in keeping with her character in the writing. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
It was, and I agree with you 100%. It highlighted how clever she is, and like you say, the street smarts and what have you. But then it also kind of let it down a bit later on, because we've been reminded how clever she is. But then later on, I think she did some really stupid stuff, and I was like, but she's smarter than this, and it's getting on my nerves now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was nice to see, but it didn't last long enough for me.
It was fleeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You think when you say later on, are you talking about like which bit are you talking about?
So obviously at this point she's lured him back to the bay, and she's in public, and then we've got the scrap between him and Marley, because Mac's seen Holden cornering Lacey at this point, haven't we? And she's run inside the surf club and said to Marley, "You've got to go outside." Holden's back, and Lacey looks terrified, and they have this scrap, don't they? This very public fight, where actually, to start with, Marley's trying not to get in a fight with him. He's just kind of landing blows on Marley, and like he's trying not to retaliate. But then eventually he pushes his buttons enough, doesn't he? Then Marley has to sort of hit back. So unfortunately, this means that Holden then gets a smack in the face, which means then he gets a visible cut lip, which is not what I wanted. I was kind of like, no, don't hit him, because then he's going to get you, and blah, blah, blah. So then Levi comes along and he breaks up the scrap. But then this is when I started to lose my cool with Lacey, because she's the daughter of a copper. It's got to the point now where he has shown her photos on his phone of her. He's been stalking her for weeks, and she knows this. He knows where she works. He knows where she lives. He's let himself into her house, and now he's tried to do it again. And he's had a physical fight with Marley now. Someone else has got involved and got hurt. And she still doesn't want to go to her dad. And this is where I started to lose my patience with her a little bit, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So she doesn't want to get dad involved. And of course, the first thing that Holden's going to do is run off and play victim. So he runs off to start this investigation into the assault, and he's in the cop shop with Sarge saying, "I've been assaulted. I need you to arrest Marley Hudson. He's done it. He's hit me." You know what I mean? And it's taken that that way to get back to Sarge, which was delicious because you and I were talking about it because, you know, he's like you said last week, he's taken his finger off the pulse when it comes to Lacey because he's so wrapped up in making sure that Tane goes to prison so he's not anywhere near his other daughter that he hasn't got a clue what's going on with Lacey.
Yeah.
So I just, the wheels started to come off here, and then they completely came off a bit later. I don't know whether you want to bridge the gap between where we are now. I don't know what's in your notes. I don't want to take up.
That's all right. My notes are all over the joint, Dal. No, you're right. I think that moment where the fight ensues with Marley, and that is the reason why it gets back to Sarge, which was frustrating. I share your frustration because nobody seems to want to say anything about this.
No.
Like, and it's, you just want to shake half the bay. Because you're like, at some point, someone's got to talk. It was nice that Sarge found out that way because Sarge is being dreadful, right, in his work and as a father. Pathetic excuse of what I think I said earlier. You know, it's he 100% like needed grounding, I think. In the fact that, you know, not everybody has it all together and not everyone's perfect, including right under your nose, mate. I tell you what annoyed me as well is that he doesn't even, like, because he issues him the AVO, right?
Yes.
Like, it's all been decided that he's going to get this AVO out. It's all going to be a lot better. It's when Holden is eventually picked up and given this AVO. And Sarge knows at this point he's been in and out of his house. It doesn't do him for breaking and entering.
No.
It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, he's literally AVO done. Like, the investigation into the assault is Marley said he started it, so therefore you're having an AVO for a start. There's so many things here that I just want to scream at the top of my lungs. Right.
There's so many missed opportunities. He's committed so many crimes.
Yeah.
And yet all we're doing is putting an AVO. Like, he's assaulted somebody, he's stalked somebody, he's got unsolicited pictures on his phone that he's been taken of her from without her knowledge. He's been in her house, or his house, Copper's house. He's been sending her stuff to work. He's been harassing her by text message. He's crossed the line so far. And yet we've just got an AVO. Like, there's no arrest. Like, they're saying, oh, if he does something to break the AVO, then he'll get arrested. I'm like, why has he not already been arrested? The rap sheet is already long.
It's huge. Yeah, exactly.
Don't get it. And this is where I started to get fed up because we've got the AVO, and then she's in the police station and she's signing the AVO, and he's going, oh, if he does anything now, it's consequences. And I was thinking, we're too late. Too late for this. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then Sarge says, I'll get a copper to drop you home. And I thought, no, like, first of all, can you not just leave her at the station while you go and serve the AVO, find out where this Holden is? Because we don't know where he is right now. He could still be in your house, is what I'm thinking. Go and serve the AVO and then leave Lacey in the cop shop. Because this is the thing that drove me mad all week. We know that this guy is stalking her. He said, I know Abby sent that message. We know that he's watching her constantly. And yet everyone keeps taking her home and leaving her on her own. And the first thing David does is say to one of the coppers, oh, can you just take her home? And I thought, to the house that he knows that she lives in. We don't even know where Holden is right now. And then the copper didn't even walk her in. I was like, are you joking me? Like, why?
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, isn't it?
I was no way I would have gone home on my own. If that was me, I'd have said, like, someone's coming home with me and coming in the house with me, or I'm staying at the cop shop till you come back. I wouldn't have gone back there on my own. But she did, and this is where I really lost it, because she went home on her own. So the coppers dropped her off and just told her to get out the car at the curb and drove off and left her, even though we know that this guy's been in their house. I can't even get past that. But she goes in the house on her own, and we already know, because we've been shown, he's there chopping up onions and cooking mince. And
he's making a spag bowl.
It's just creepy. And we know, and I'm thinking, he's in there, and like, because we don't know where he is at this point. And she walks in, and the whole scene is set. Like, there's candles on the table's set like a romantic meal. There's food, there's a card saying I love you with his name on it. And at this point, we're supposed to believe that she didn't call her dad, she didn't call Abby or Marley or Leah or anybody else that knows what's going on, Mac, Levi, all these people that are now involved. There's at least 6 people that she could phone and say, I'm at home and he's done this thing. She didn't take any pictures of this. This is a crime scene dinner. Hello? This is a crime scene. Didn't take any pictures. Her dad's still out serving the AVO. She tidies up. She cleans up, tidies up, puts the candles away, puts the card in the bin, I don't know, bins the dinner, and goes to bed.
I know.
And doesn't see her dad till the morning.
Has a lovely night's sleep.
I'm sorry, this is when I lost it, because when you were saying earlier how clever she is and how street smart she is, and I thought, well, what's she doing now? The wheels have come off here massively.
No, you are right. It started off good. And yeah, she does seem to come home, think, oh, my stalker's laid out dinner. I'll blow the candles out, I'll clean it up, I'll eat it, and then he mustn't be here, so I'll just pop myself to bed. And I'll worry about it in the morning.
He could be in a cupboard.
Ridiculous.
And if we're talking about Scream movies, he could be in the loft hatch, waiting for her.
Could be. It could be. It was insane that she didn't run a mile and, like you say, alert family or authorities.
Insanity.
Or both. Mm-hmm.
I lost it. And then we had this really throwaway conversation the next morning. She comes downstairs and Sarge is in the kitchen and he's like, oh, how are you feeling? I couldn't get hold of Holden last night. I tried to serve the AVO. I've sent him a message. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know why you didn't find him. And he's like, oh, yeah, why is that then? Oh, he was here making me dinner. What? I'm sorry.
He just whipped up a spag bowl.
He was here, and he's like, oh, and he's really calm about this. I was like, I do not understand that. I'm losing I'm like climbing the walls, sorry. Why am I like more bothered about his daughter, sorry, than he is? I don't get it.
Yeah, this has been not very well plotted.
Oh God.
At all.
Like, pick a lane. Is Lacey really clever and street smart, or is she thick as pig shit? Because I need to know which one it is.
And stick with it. I actually would say him making that meal was unnecessary. Like, take it out.
Yeah.
All the other stuff was bad enough.
Yes.
Like, and it would have made sense then. Unless for some weird reason they've had to cut stuff like we should have, but they've cut some crucial scenes if they have.
But is this not a crime? Is it not a crime to break into someone's house and cook dinner for them? I know it sounds like a nice thing to do, but is it not a crime?
No, it is absolutely a crime.
And then she's tied it away.
Culinary crime.
It probably was a culinary crime with what looked like what he was doing. I don't know. But she's a copper's daughter, and she's
human meat.
She's tidied away evidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
How
when you look at it,
thick is that? When that's a cop's daughter, and she's just took out an AVO on this guy, and then she's gone, oh, I'll just put all this in the dishwasher. Come on, hello.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah,
even I'm not that stupid, and my dad's not a cop, you know. Hello, it's a crime scene. Oh dear, I'm losing it because I don't know whether to believe that she's clever or not now, because she's both. She's thick and she's clever. Right, Si. Have you got earache now?
Never.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, if you have had enough of me, I've got some good news for you.
My say. Is it time for my say?
I'm sorry. I appreciate that the rest of the podcast has been my say on the way and me ranting. So, yeah, if you do want your say, probably now is a good time to do it.
If you two think Lacey is a thick bitch.
Oh, we know she's not. That's why it's frustrating. We know she's not stupid, but anyway.
The
Maybe,
wheels came off, I heard.
maybe I'm just being a bit mean, but yeah, who knows? But because it's Your Sound the Bay, this
I
section,
say.
yeah, yes, Your Sound the
Spring
Bay.
break! Woo!
Got me back there. Got me back. I have tasted my medicine. This is a part of the pod where we try and listen to other people. Listen to other people's views about what happened on the show this week, what they think, those people that listen to the podcast and write into us, bless them. So some of you listening, you'll know that the end of last year we launched a new way of contacting us. So we've got a website, coastalnewspod.com, and then if you go to that website, navigate to the Your Sound the Bay section, you can fill out a form, you can tell us your name, you can type all your thoughts about what you think is happening on the show right now. It would be nice to hear from some different people. If you've never contacted us before and you thought, oh, I'd quite like to do that, please do get in touch. It'd be lovely to hear from some new people, especially if you disagree with anything that we've said. Like if you don't agree with something we said, if you are enjoying something that we are not enjoying, or if you are not enjoying something that we are enjoying, let us know. Or if you've got some thoughts, things that we've not noticed, because we don't necessarily know everything about the show. If you've noticed something that we've missed, or a storyline, an angle to that storyline that we've missed, get in touch, let us know your thoughts, because we're open to hearing from you, aren't we?
Yes.
Before I do that, though, quick reminder, we are on social media as well. Social media, as JP says. So we are Coastal News Podcast at Coastal News Pod. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, all of the above. And we also tweet along while we watch the show as well. So between 6:30 and 7 p.m, Monday to Friday, we watch the show on 5-star. And we also jump on X, and we use the Home and Away UK hashtag. We talk about the show as it's sort of airing in front of our eyeballs, and lots of people jump on there and talk to us about the show as well. So it's a nice way of being a little community and seeing what people think as they're watching it. Basically, it's good fun.
It is. Yeah.
It is. Get involved if you feel like it. So talking of the form, we have had people contact us on the form this week. In fact, I think it was last week. I do need to apologise right now because there were a couple of forms that came in at the end of last week that were too late to get onto the last week's podcast. And then because of the spring break, woohoo, this weekend.
I was taking a drink then.
I'm sorry. I do apologise. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Poorly timed.
You are forgiven.
Because of that this weekend, we also are doing the podcast a little bit earlier this week as well. So apologies if you sent a form in this week and we haven't got around to reading it. And apologies that we're reading these ones so late from last week. But bear with us. We do work full time and we are trying to juggle life.
You got to cut it off at some point, darling. You know what I mean? You lock in the plans for the pod.
Yes.
So yeah.
We've got to juggle life and full-time jobs around the podcast.
Yeah,
so
it is hard sometimes.
Apologies. But we do read all your messages regardless. So whenever you send them in, even if we haven't got time to read them out, we do read them. Promise.
Yeah,
we do. The first person to contact us was Emma. Hi, Emma.
Uru.
Good to hear from you again. Emma says, Justin and Leah, too much. Too much. I'm sorry, but they are so annoying, she says. Why did they go to the dodgy motel where Harper and Kerry have just checked out? Guess that set is getting more use? Yes, that's what we thought as well. We thought it was because the set might have been up.
Limited space,
yeah. She says, surely there's somewhere nicer to go, like their house. Yeah, or anywhere really. Yeah. And she also says the Remy storyline is very well portrayed, along with the explanation of the treatment. Yeah, so we talked about that a lot on last week's podcast, didn't we? About the hospital, the radiation, the mask, and all of that sort of stuff. We agree, Emma. We think it's been really well written. They've obviously had a really good advice, really advisory team or whatever you call them, to make sure the plot is realistically told. I
Yeah,
guess.
and the
Yeah.
detail that you don't normally see, as we said, on dramas. So
Mm.
it was much appreciated, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Definitely. And then the last line from Emma's message is, "Well done, Lacey, for finally seeing how weird Holden is."
Finally.
Finally, yeah, there has been quite a few red flags. Let's put it that way. But she's finally realised it's not a ticker tape parade. It is actually a big red flag. So,
Oh.
yes. Yeah. And I guess you've probably got thoughts, Emma, about what happened with Holden this week as well. So if you have, get in touch and let us know what you think. I appreciate this message was from last week when the drama was just kicking off with Lacey and Holden. So,
Yeah,
yes. Yes. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Guy needs help, and did you think she was thick? Let us know.
Yes. Is she clever or smart? Like, which is it? We need to know. We need to know. So thanks, Emma.
Thank
for getting in
you.
touch.
Yes.
Thank you. And our next contributor is Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hooroo.
Hello. Nice to hear from you again. So Sam's kicking off with, how on earth can David say that Cash is too close to the case when he literally worked on the case to catch the man who killed his wife and almost his daughter?
Snap.
Yeah, we did say that last week, didn't we? Yeah, we agree. Yes, he has got a bit of a hypocrite thing going on. Sam says, I suppose it comes back to Lacey saying he bends the rules to suit him. Yes. Yeah, we did remember that as well. You've reminded me a couple of times, haven't you, Sty, about that? So
she did warn us.
Yes.
And for some reason, we were right to think that was important. Because it was a flash in the pan line, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. Yes.
It's a good job we analyse and analyse again.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, definitely. And we still miss stuff, but we do try. We do try to remember when we think something's going to be important. And then Sam says, when David turned up at Tane's on Friday, I was really hoping that Tane would tell him to take his shoes off.
Oh, yeah. In the old Patatas household. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. And then Sam says, I think this storyline has got legs for another few weeks. Yeah, I think we're going to be a while in this storyline, aren't we? Yeah, I don't know when it's supposed to go to court. We haven't had the exactly 30 days thing yet, have we?
Yeah.
They're still sort of finding evidence and they've got to find enough evidence to take it to court to make it stick, haven't they? So
other storylines have had like court dates set days ahead.
Yes.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Then Sam says, as enjoyable as I found Maz's performance this week, 1 minute telling Justin and Leah to call it off, the next being a giggly schoolgirl wanting all the details, I wish she would get a decent storyline. It's been a long time since the long lost daughter. And even that storyline got hijacked by Rue. Yeah, this is something that Liam mentioned last week. So we did talk about Marilyn a lot on last week's Your Sail in the Bay. Because Liam wrote us a really long interesting message about his kind of falling out of love with the show. It was kind of like a relationship crisis that we talked him through last week, didn't we?
Yeah. We've saved him. He has let us know. There is an update for those worried. He's still with us.
He's still with us. We've talked him off the ledge for now, but we don't know how long for.
But yeah, this appetite for a storyline for Marilyn rumbles on, doesn't it?
Yes, you're not the only one to mention it. It has been sort of. I reckon I've read that opinion out a few times now over the last Your Says on the Bay for the last few months or so. So I don't know. Maybe this year, later on this year, we'll get a Maz storyline.
Yeah, something's got to come eventually.
It's got to. You'd think. Don't know. But then we did have a long discussion about this last week in Your Say on the Bay, and I said I think it's possibly coming off the back of Emily wanting less schedule in her life for the show. I don't know. I got the impression it might not necessarily just be Marilyn that is taking a backseat. It could be Emily as well. But who knows? Who knows? And Sam says, I don't know how much more of this Justin and Leah lovey-dovey stuff I can take. Get a private room that we can't see. Well, they've not really done any lovey-dovey stuff this week, have they? They just went to Sonny's and kind of felt awkward because he was being a bit of a, as Alf would say, a flaming wombat.
Well, yeah, add that to the book. And Drongo's crosshairs.
There was some good chat this week from us. I've loved it. Yeah, there wasn't.
I didn't
much.
hate the motel set. I mean, it looked good.
Leah
Board
looks
shorts
stunning.
aside, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but am I just so relieved they're not screaming at each other though?
Yes, I think that's it, isn't it? It's not the. I need to talk to you. I don't want you to talk to me. Stay away from me.
Yeah.
I'm not coming home.
It's over. I'm going to Cyprus for 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that. So we like it because it's a change. But I think everyone's kind of just saying, why the motel? Why? And then they went back twice, why? But yeah, maybe it was a set issue. Who knows? Who knows? Don't know. And then the last thing that Sam says was something that you mentioned to me this week on WhatsApp, actually, Si, was Sam says, did Sunny's intro clip change? Like in the opening credits. And I think you texted me this week saying it's changed. And I still haven't noticed because I'll be honest, I skipped through some of the... yeah.
Oh, she's just outed herself as a title sequence forwarder.
I do. If I'm watching it on catch-up, I will skip it till the 2-minute mark because that's when it starts. And if I'm on my lunch break, I haven't got time.
The rest of us are singing along, Del.
No.
We fought a hard war for that full length.
You did.
You will sit and watch it.
You did. I wasn't that bothered.
Really?
I don't even watch the recap. The bit. There's a whole minute recap at the beginning. So there's a minute of the trailer, credits, and then there's a minute of the recap. And I don't watch any of that. I just skip to 2 minutes, and then it usually starts with the next day, Tane on the beach or whatever. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
Picking up cones.
I've only got like a 40-minute lunch hour. I don't have time.
Well, you are excused. But yes, for the rest of us who are bathing in the glory of the best theme song there ever was.
If I'm watching it live, I'll watch it. But if I'm watching it on catch up, I don't.
Yeah. Thank God the My5 app doesn't have the whole skip intro button like Netflix does. Because I think I would probably be tempted to use it.
I'd love if they put that on. It would save me having to press it 10 times.
But honestly, I think I let it play. It's playing. I'm getting my notes ready. Do you know what I mean? I've got a bit more going on. In terms of preparing for the show to start.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I did look, and I noticed too that Sonny used to be taking off from a tree. And now he's sitting smiling. So yes, it's been changed.
So are we supposed to infer from that he will be sitting for the majority of the time going forward?
Well, yeah. Do you know, as we speak, this is hilarious, but the Brack and Rick I've got the TV on and the Brack and Rick's trailers on.
Who's Brack and Rick's?
The Bracks and Ricky. I'm watching the trailer now as we speak.
Oh, right, okay.
Coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I need to say something about that, and I'll forget if I don't say it right now. But
yeah.
I've seen a picture of them in Tane's house.
What?
Yeah.
Back in the bay?
Yeah. So, we thought they were just going to WA, and the storyline was just going to be out there, like, random. I've seen a picture of Ricky, Brax, and the child that's now older,
Casey,
in Tane's house. And I was like, is that new? Is that a new pic? It's got to be new, hasn't it?
Yeah, because Tane's house didn't exist then.
Did it not?
No, Tane's house was brought in as a new location when the Paratas needed a rental.
Oh, so it wasn't even on the show back then?
No.
I can't remember.
No.
Because
what is now the share house?
I was going to say, they lived in Eden's house, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tane's house wasn't a set. In fact, I think his house has used pieces. They've played set surgery because they've got the same cabinets that the Braxtons had. But Yeah, his house didn't exist, so it must be new. So what? How are they there and then here?
Well, that's what I don't understand. And I didn't want to click on. I saw the picture and I didn't want to click on it because I didn't want to see anything. So I've just kind of left it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, they're running the ads on TV, so we must be close. It doesn't say, but obviously we're close.
Well, it's gone out in Australia like in the last fortnight. So
so we're a week or two away, aren't we?
Yeah, a month at most. Yeah.
I did see somebody complaining that Trump interrupted Home and Away this week.
What? In Australia?
Well, this war, the Trump. So the Prime Minister of Australia did a big 7 p.m. address to the nation.
I saw that, yeah. I saw a clip of it on social media, yeah.
Yeah, so it bumped Home and Away to a later slot.
Oh.
Everyone was going mad in the comments.
I would be as well. I would have been fuming, doll. You'd have got a right text message voice note from me.
That's the one good thing. Like over here, we've really adapted the whole streaming first, haven't we, in the UK? And I think, it doesn't really matter if shit happens in the schedule anymore, does it, I suppose? But, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So, yeah, Sunny's intro clip has changed then, Sam.
It has.
Heard it here from Si.
Yeah, and I've also heard that there is an updated theme version doing the rounds. I don't know if we'll see it, but it's definitely been doing the rounds. I've seen a bit online.
Not that AI one that's on TikTok.
Apparently it's real.
The one you sent me?
Yeah.
No, that's not real.
Apparently it was for the Ricky and Brax
week. Okay, that didn't look real to me.
Just saying. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the updates, they are updating those tags. Thank God they're not just leaving it with characters out of date. They are updating it, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Okay, interesting. I'd like to see it on the TV because the one that we saw on TikTok was really blurry and
well, you'll have to not skip.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to sit through that one.
When I watch
You'll have to be
live,
late off your lunch.
When I watch it live, I'll watch it. I won't be wasting my 2 minutes on my lunch break.
Just to know.
Just to know. I'm not there. I'm not there, doll. Sauce. Yes. Anyway, we've gone slightly off track, but just to say thank you. So thank you to Emma and
thank
Sam
you
for getting in touch with us. Apologies that we read them out late, but we got there eventually. A bit like the old British Rail and all that, get there eventually.
Yeah. Delay every pay.
Not necessarily on time, but we do get there. And thanks for your input. Without it, there would be no Your Say on the Bay.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode.